Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I really appreciate you guys showing up. Today, I want to take a look at some things that are happening, some current events. So there's a couple of them that I want to look at. And I had a subscriber to ask me some questions or want me to look into some things concerning racism. And one of the questions that she asked was, will it ever end? Now, as I started looking at that question, I did, I know that things are happening in the news, like for instance, and I have some notes here, so I'm looking down. The Andrew Lester that shot the young man, the 16-year-old that went to pick up his two little brothers, and he rang the wrong doorbell. And so the gentleman, the elderly gentleman, shot him through the door without even asking any questions, and he wasn't doing anything. He said he thought that he was trying to break in, but why would he be trying to break in? You're not going to ring the doorbell and then try to, break into someone's house. So that and the Tennessee 3, I already made a video on the Tennessee 3, and the Oklahoma officials that were making remarks about, hanging blacks, and one guy said if he was a sheriff, he would beat him up and throw him in jail, and all kinds of stuff, threatening remarks and stuff, even towards journalists that are not, were not black. So I wanted to look at that question. I just want to know, though, I'm just going to do a general thing, because I don't think, and for my research, my major, when I did my thesis, getting my master's degree, it was on racism, sexism, and classism. So I have done a little research into this already, so I'm going to try to keep my feelings out of it, because I kind of, you have to kind of know what's going on in the background. And I don't want to seem pessimistic, so I'm just going to let the cards do the talking. So her question was, will it ever end? And I'm going to pull 3 cards on that. Will racism ever end? I'm only going to pull 3 cards because I think I can get, it's more like a yes-no question. And depending on what the cards say, I may dig a little deeper on that. If not, I will move on. Okay. Racism, will it ever end? I appreciate you guys being here. Please don't forget to hit that like button so that others can get the message. Also subscribe if you're new here. I really would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. Racism, Spirit. Will it ever end? Just going to pull 3 cards. Let's see what we get here. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 2 of Swords. And we have the Emperor. Now, what I'm getting from these cards is there's going to have to be choices that people are going to have to maybe take off their blindfolds, and it's the choice that we have to make. And, when I said that things going on in the background, people were raised to be a certain way, racist, and they just bring it on, pass it on down to their children. And if their children are not woken up, they will continue doing the same things as their parents did, because they think that it's the right thing to do. But here's the deal. The reason that we will have a problem with it ending is because people want to be in charge. They want to be the boss. They want to be in control. There are certain people that just want to be in control. And so they're going to try to make it hard on everyone. So there's still going to be a lot of stabbing in the back and that kind of thing. I don't get any yes cards here. There's no yes cards here. This here is someone that, you know, when I look at this card, she doesn't want to take that mask off. And, you know, she's like, I'm keeping things the way they are. You know, I'm not going to put these swords down. And this is, swords are all about the mental also. So this is like a mind kind of thing going on. It's like people want to make you believe a certain way, make you believe a certain thing. And so this is what's going on. But it's up to, we do have the choice. And there's more than one choice. You know, I do believe that there is a way to maybe lessen it. And that would be through laws passed and that kind of thing. Like, well, let me just read. I'm going to ask another question since I got that. I didn't get a yes, okay? I got a, people have to make choices. People want to stay in control. There's still a lot of backstabbing going on and that kind of thing because people want to stay in control. So I'm just going to ask generally. Spirit, talk to me about racism. What can you tell me about racism? I don't want to go on my rant. I want to see what the cards say because I'm going to let Spirit speak on that. Okay, talk to me about racism. Spirit, talk to me about racism. What can you tell me about racism? And I know that's a big general question, so there's really no telling what I might get out of that because I didn't do a specific question, but let's just see. Wow. Just gonna lay them all out then, guys, I will. Oh, wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I laid out 10 cards. Out of the 10 cards, I got 5 major arcana. So this is something, this is really a major question. This is really something that's, it's not going to just go away quickly, okay? But first 2 cards I got out, I received, first card is that Knight of Swords. He's moving. He is moving quickly. Moving quickly. And this, like I said, the swords are about the intellect, that kind of thing. So, what he's trying to do, some people are afraid. They want to make sure that they are not, you know, in their mind, there's something to be afraid of. If people are not just like you know. And I'm talking about when we measure black and white, that kind of thing. Whites claim that they're so afraid of black. So they will, this is what Spirit is saying, yeah, there's still going to be backstabbing. This is crossed over this night that's rushing in, okay? Beneath it, the foundation is the world. The world. Now, this could mean several things. This could mean that things are kind of coming to a conclusion in a sense, or things may get, well, this is something that's happening around the world. So it's not just here in the United States, first of all. But with that world card, it's like things will come full circle. But when? You know, it doesn't, looking at these cards, I can't tell you when. But things will become full circle. And just my intuition, just from what I'm hearing, is things are going to happen. Major things are going to happen in order to make people open their eyes and see that we're all being pitted against each other, so that the people that want to be in charge can stay in charge. You know, they're causing this fear, and we're paying attention to it. They're causing distractions to make people think that, yeah, you have something to be afraid of, okay? So, in the past, we have the Strength card here. And you know what? I feel like with this woman here, I think that the women are going to have to be the ones that need to be strong again. I do believe that when women are in charge, things are not as bad in the world. So I think that women have to get their strength back, their power back, because we're living in a patriarchal system at this point, and the men are in control. In the past, way back when women were in control, things were not as bad as they are now. So I think that's what that's talking about. And we have, the card that's crowning is the nostalgia card, and this is like it's the Six of Cups, women working together. I think that that's one of the things that's going to happen. This is women working together, like women used to work together in the past. Now, I'm not saying the recent past, but there was a time, and you guys can check back in history when women really were the head of things. And not saying that they don't need men and that kind of thing. I'm not even going there. Don't even think I'm going there. And this is all for entertainment purposes only, guys. So I'm reading the cards and giving you my opinions. So I think that this is nostalgia, talking about the past, talking about women when women were helping each other and that kind of thing, and minding their business and that kind of thing. I really think that with the way the patriarchal system is right now, that men control women in a sense. I'm not saying all women, and I'm not saying all men, but you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? If you are of the black persuasion, you know that there is a difference. And then, the women that are in the white group, and I'm just going to say it. Now, first of all, I want to say this also. Anybody that's going to put any racist comments in my comment section, don't even bother. You better keep it to yourself, because I will ban you from I will just delete you, and you will never be able to come back, make a comment on my channel again. So, if you want to do, if that's what you're thinking, if you don't have to agree with me, but I'm giving you my opinion, so don't go writing a bunch of unnecessary things in the comments. Okay, so I'm thinking that with these two cards, the women are going to have to take the charge around the world. Okay. Because we know that in some places, women, is really bad. Like the woman that didn't have herself covered, and they killed her and that kind of thing. Well, see, the power has been taken away, and the men think that they feel like they have to do it all, including treating women like they are not, worthy. Okay. In the near future, we have the Magician here. Now, this is about manipulation. So, Spirit is saying, yes, there's been a lot of manipulation, just like what I just said. Nobody, if you don't really look into it and understand that at some point race was not a problem, but it became a problem when some people wanted power, and they wanted to make sure that they kept people divided in whatever way they could, so that the masters or the people that wanted to be on top and have it all, they figured out a way to do it. They said, they have us looking over here while they're doing something else over there. And until people understand and realize that there is always going to be some divisiveness going on. Okay, we have, so that's the Magician working his way into manipulation and that kind of thing. So that's still happening. That's going to continue to happen in the near future. Now, again, we have the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands. This is the initiator. Things he's charging forward. Yeah, he's charging forward. Still making things happen around the world, but there will be some justice. So I have a feeling that there's going to be little signs of justice, just like we're having right now. There's a piece of justice happening here, a little bit happening there, and people are really looking more into what's going on. But the thing with justice is the people that are making all the commotion and are trying to stay on top and that kind of thing, they are going to have to be, justice is going to have to come to them, okay? So it's like before they were getting away with it. A lot of people were getting away with it. But now it's kind of hard. It's not hard because people are still doing crazy things, and the people who are in office are like, we're going to give them a pass or whatever, for whatever reason. And guys, I mean, I'm not saying it happens all the time, but for the majority of the time, it has been that black men got locked up for things that they didn't even do. 30 years later, 50 years later, they let them out, they give them a bunch of money and say, oh, we're sorry, now we have DNA to prove that you didn't do it. So here's $1 million, and all of your life is gone because you didn't get justice. Now they have things that they can do, and we have these cell phones. People are taking pictures. There is more evidence coming out, so there will be more justice. Now, this card here, this is the Chariot. And this card, it's about things moving along and that kind of thing, but I think it's going to move along slowly. And if you can look here, you have the black, I guess it's supposed to be a lion, and you have the white, the majority white and the majority black there. So there's two different ways. Now, they are both looking. One is looking one way, one is looking the other way. So this is telling me that, it's things will get better. Who knew that things would be as bad as they are? But I think, like I said, it's just that we're learning more. It's not that things have changed and they're so much better, but with that justice card showing up there, I think there will probably be more laws passed and that kind of thing. And but it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. Next card up I have is the Four of Wands. Okay, now to me, fours are talking about boundaries. But I also see that White House back there, so in the back, celebrations, that kind of thing. I think that some rules, some laws, like I said before, are going to have to be made, some bigger laws, some higher laws, some protective laws for, people that are being, that these discrimination is happening to, racism is happening to right now. And it's going to have to be made like the law of the land, like the white people in the White House, people who can make the rules and that kind of things. There's going to have to be things that are done on an official level. But I can see that happening with this celebration here. So some things will be done on an official level, so that's going to help things. But from what I can see here, with all these major arcana, there are some things that are going to happen. But racism is just here. It's here for a while. Okay? So I don't know if in our lifetime or whatever we will see it completely go away. I kind of doubt it. Not that I'm trying to be pessimistic about it. But we have to just face facts the way that they are, and all we can do is try to make the change in your neighborhood, and it's all up to us. And I think that first reading that I did on racism, will it ever end? Is the woman, the Two of Swords? It's like, okay, are you going to take off your blindfolds? Are you willing to, take off your blindfolds, uncross your hands, and be willing to do your part in this? making this happen, because that's what it's going to boil down to. Now, while we're still on the subject, and I hope this video is not going too long. I want to look at, like I said, there's been so many things happening. The Tennessee 3, the officials in Oklahoma. I already did a reading on Tennessee 3, but now I want to do a reading on Mr. Andrew Lesser. He's an 84-year-old that shot the young man that came to his door. His name was Ralph Yarl. He was looking for his little brothers, and he went to a wrong address and rang the wrong doorbell. And he got shot twice. I think once in the head and once in the shoulder, but he's doing okay. At first, they didn't hold Mr. Lester. They didn't hold him. There was a lot of uproar about it. This is the only reason he's in jail now. See, this is one of those things. If it was the other way around, there's no way. Anyway, let's not get into that. But anyway, a black person would not have been let go like that. Okay, now, the question I have is, what does Mr. Lester's future look like? I mean, yes, he's 84, but, he should be charged. He should be charged. Just, he should go through all of the whatever legalities to me, because if it was my child or my grandchild or whatever, no, you can't just start shooting through doors because you see a black face, because he's tall, 5'8", little skinny little boy. You call 5'8" tall, and you think that you feel like you are being threatened because he rang the doorbell and he's waiting there at the door. Okay, this is those mindsets that's hard to get through at this time in our world. Burden. He's going to be burdened. That was one of the cards that just fell out. It's hard to change people's minds. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, talk to me. Talk to me about Mr. Lester. What does his future look like? Whatever he has left of it. What does his future look like after shooting the young man, Ralph Yarl? His grandson was on one of the shows talking about his grandfather, and he didn't have good things to say about him. Okay, let's see. Wow. Wow. All right. All right, guys. The first card up is the Ace of Cups. This is about new beginnings. This is about overflowing emotions, a new start, a different start. So think something new and different is coming for him. Okay? Here we go. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. His fortune is definitely going to change. It's going back the other way. Crowning him, you know what? This man, he may get some time. He may get some time. Here is the Nine of Wands. Okay? Now, in the past, we have the King of Pentacles. And this is about material things, and, he's in charge. He's in charge of the money, that kind of thing. So this is what he's looking at. I don't know if he thought that whenever you see somebody black, that means they want your material things or they want your money or whatever, so you just got to get rid of them. Here is the Devil. This is him thinking about, this is crowning him. Okay? The Devil. Okay, so whatever ideology he has concerning, black people and that kind of thing, he's tied to it. He feels that, like, this is just the way it is. This is just the way it should be, So, yeah, that's what he's thinking. That's how he feels. We have the Empress here. And in this case, I think the Empress is concerning, is relating to the United States. Sometimes this is my U.S. card. So this is United States in the near future. There will be justice. There will be justice for the young man, Ralph Yarl. We have the hangman here. Now, it may be slow in coming. I'm sure, you know, the attorneys are going to take their time. Oh, he's old. But don't forget about Bill Cosby, okay? Don't forget about Bill Cosby. When you guys start feeling sorry for this man that shot this young boy and changed his life forever, don't forget about people like Bill Cosby, who went to prison for something that happened 40 years ago. Whatever side you want to take, it's something that happened 40 years ago, and there's really no proof. Okay? So this justice, it may be slow in coming, and he may at some point understand what it is that he did wrong. Okay? His hopes and wishes, you know, all the seeds that he's planted, everything that he's done in his past and that kind of thing, this is what it's come to. He's disappointed because things are not going to go the way that he thought they should go. Now, the thing about this Wheel of Fortune card also is that it's fate. It's fated. You know, he may be reaping some of the things that he's sown. You know, some things that happened in the past that he's done and he's not had to pay for. This may be the time that all of that comes to the forefront. You know, we may not hear about it, but when you're that racist that you just start shooting through a door because somebody knocked on your door, it's like Ahmaud Arbery, you know, he's running down the road. Okay, you're not supposed to be in my neighborhood, so I'm just going to shoot you. So guys, don't get me started on the racist thing. Okay, we have the high priestess here. Now this high priestess, she reminds me of the justice too, because we have those pillars there. So there's some things that are unknown at this point about Mr. Lester that we may find out about. There's some other things in the background that are hidden, which is probably why this Wheel of Fortune fate card is time for him to reap his karma. So I just want to use my, and I don't know what this is going to say, but I'm going to use my pendulum, guys, because I want to know, will he end up in jail or something? I mean, he's 84 years old, so the president is up there too, but he's running the country, so, you know, we can't just rule out because he's so old and all that. It brings back Emmett Till, and the woman that's still out there, she's said that she lied. There's not been any justice for Emmett Till, but she's still living, and she's probably in her 80s. So we have to really look at this racism thing when we start talking about race and racism and that kind of thing. People are getting away with it. That's why it keeps happening. That's why it goes on and on and on. You don't have to suffer any consequences, so you just keep doing it. Okay, so let me ask this question. All right. Show me yes, pendulum. And I am holding my hand as still as I can. Show me yes. Okay, guys, you see it's going back and forth. Okay, stop. Show me no. Show me no. Show me no. So it goes side to side. Show me maybe. It's kind of like you knew what I was going to ask. Okay, there you go. Maybe goes around in a circle. Okay, guys, I want to know about Mr. Lester. Pendulum, tell me about Mr. Lester. Will he serve any time? Will he serve any time for shooting Ralph Yarl back and forth? So he will serve some time. He will serve some time. So if he lives through it, guys, he will, and he should. Okay? So there you go on that. And the last thing I want to know about is the Oklahoma officials that made some threatening remarks about people, some racist remarks and that kind of thing. Guys, look up this stuff. This is the officials in Oklahoma. I think one person has already resigned. There's a big uproar about that, about the things that they said, and that in some meeting, there was a recording left in the meeting, and they were talking about taking people out and hiring hitmen and all this kind of stuff, hanging people, all kinds of things, okay? So let's see what's going to happen with those officials. What's going to happen, Spirit, with the officials in Oklahoma? The officials in Oklahoma. Talk to me, Spirit, about what's going to happen with those officials in Oklahoma. What's going to come of this? Okay, let me cut the cards here. Wow. Well, there's a victory at the bottom, and I think this is a victory for the people of Oklahoma. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords here. So there's going to be the Page of Swords. Pages bring messages. So there's going to be, and there was this Page of Swords is always also about a spy in the camp, and I think that someone left a recording in the room after the meeting ended because they thought that they were doing business after the meeting. And when you're doing official businesses, all should be done at one time. So this particular person thought that they were conducting business after they shouldn't have been. So he left his tape recording in there. He made sure that it was illegal. I'm sure he didn't expect to find all of this going on. But he left his tape recording in there, his voice activated, and this is when all this information. So this is about the spy. Okay? And the unexpected news that came of it. It's about, and it's crossed by the two of Pentacles. So they're doing a lot of juggling. They're trying to figure out which way to go. What are they going to do about this? That kind of thing. And I think this is the officials in particular. They're trying to figure out if they're going to be able to keep their positions or not. And I'm sure Oklahoma, because people are protesting, are going to have to decide one way or the other. So right now there's a lot of juggling going on about what to do about this information. Okay, and then we have the King of Pentacles. You know, this is, again, Pentacles are more about material things, the money, and that kind of thing. So these people, they want to hang on to what they have. That's the foundation right there. They're trying to hang on to what they have because this is why they want to get rid of certain people and that kind of thing, because they're messing with their wealth, with their material things, with their money. And it's going to bring them down if these people continue to report on what they're doing. So that's what's happening with that. Crowning them is this Knight of Swords coming in quickly here with information. So the information is coming in quickly concerning what's happened. Here we go with more swords, again about information. People are trying to get away with things. They're going to continue to do this. So it's not going to go away easily. They're going to try to fight. This is in the near future and continue to try to get away with what they've done so far. We have the Fool card here. So that's telling me that there's going to be a new beginning. These people were, and I think that probably not only the officials, well, they're naive thinking that they can just do things and get away with it. And I'm sure they've done things. One guy said, well, I know 2 or 3 hitmen that and they'll keep things quiet and blah, blah, blah. And it was like somebody said, oh yeah, you know, so it's like they were being foolish. They were being foolish, taking these kind of risks and being naive, thinking that they could just get away with it. But then again, maybe they're not being naive because maybe they've gotten away with it before. It seems like they know so much. You know what I'm saying? We have the Queen of Swords here. The Queen of Swords. There was one woman that was in the that was there that we heard doing a lot of talking. If you listen to the recording, but we're going to find out some truths about this. Some truths are coming out with this swords being here. This is about people, you know, this is them trying to protect their power. They're afraid, or they want to make sure that they stay in charge, okay? And this Queen of Swords, even though it's a queen, it could be male or female energy. It's about their mental state and how they want to make sure that they feel like they're safe in their positions and whatever else, in their communities or whatever. So there's certain people that they may have to, you know, for entertainment purposes only. And if you listen to the recording, you will hear it. They felt like manipulating, taking people out, that kind of thing will help them to stay safe. Okay? Here we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Trying to get away with something. Yeah, they were really, they're still going to be trying to get away with it. Okay? So, and then we have the page of Pentacles here, the Page of Pentacles. There is a lot of, there's information that's going to come out concerning this also, and people are really paying attention to this particular recording, okay? There's going to be a lot of focus on that recording. And let me just do some clarifiers here. All right. Well, let me see. Here's the devil. The devil. Okay, so that's people trying to stay in control, trying to keep people restrained in a sense. There is the Three of Pentacles, and this is about coordinating things. This is what they were doing. They were trying to coordinate some things to make some things happen, you know, and I'm sure some money, dark money would have been included in that if they got as far as they wanted to go with it. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is kind of telling me that this may be a little bit slow moving too. But, and then we have the Lovers, which is also about choices and that kind of thing. This is them working together. This is them trying to divide things, you know, take people out. You know, they would try to manipulate some things. And we have the emotional Queen of Cups here. So we don't, right now, I'm not getting exactly what's going to happen. It looks like it's going to be it's not like they're all just going to step down. They're going to try to get away with, you know, they're going to try to say, well, we didn't really mean this, we meant that, and we didn't, you know. So I have a feeling, you know, that it's not going to be a major battle. There's going to be a lot of probably people protesting and that kind of thing, but they know that they have been fools, and it's just going to take a minute, as usual. It's just going to take a minute, but which I don't understand, because when you start threatening people and that kind of thing, I'm not seeing where they're just going to step down or resign. It's like they're still trying to get away with things. They're juggling, trying to figure out how to keep their positions, how to stay in power, that kind of thing. Now we know eventually they're going to have to go. this devil is showing up here. They're going to have to eventually go, but how soon, we don't know. Okay, so I think that was long enough on that, you know, the events, the current events going on concerning racism. If you guys have any more questions for me concerning that, or anything else that you want me to look into, just let me know, and I will just put the questions below, and I will take a look at them. But yeah, this is something I think that we should be following, because the racism seems to be really out there in forefront now. Things are happening now, you know, and we need to keep an eye on what's going on, that kind of thing. So let me know what you guys think about this reading, and I will see you all in the next video, and have a good evening. Bye now.